We can only be
love him.
compared as looking the same, just not dating the same people. I can't.
You
have
guys can be
dating.
compared as looking the same?
What?
Yeah, back in the day.
That's
when we were
racist.
No,
That's racist.
Yeah.
I didn't say it.
I'm sorry.
when we were going
Bex
to-
does not identify as Latinx. You might, but she does not.
Latinx.
Tinkerbell. Can she be Tinkerbell this week?
Fun.
And I could
She
just
should
do
be
like some other
not the same.
Not
Luis
better.
Clemente.
Not
Okay,
Bex.
but I'm not wrong
The
that we had
anti-Bex.
a comment back in the day where
Yeah, a
the
little
person was
racist
saying that they
YouTube
were
watchers that we were the same or something.
Oh, because you both had like dark hair and no one.
Uh.
It was like there's two brunettes, so I can't tell them apart. And then like the blonde.
two Hispanics.
Is that what they
It was-
said? Oh.
yeah, it was two
I try
Hispanics.
to block that out.
Oh, is that what they said? I couldn't remember. I don't read so good.
Wait. Let's see what else he's looking
Church
at. Stop
history,
it,
church
Yugi.
history, church history.
No.
Stop
Look.
it.
Stop it,
Yugi.
Joey
Facebook.
punches. What?
I don't know what the other one
Oh, good. Everyone went back to where they were. Thank God. So anyway, so then the next day I did like a goodbye tour to New York itself, a little love letter. Went to the Edge, which is really cool. You got any of you been to the
I
Edge?
saw that. I have. I've been
It's
there at night.
so cool. I went at sunset, and the Edge is at Hudson Yards. It looks like the Avengers Tower. It has the that terrace that comes out, which is huge, but it's really cool. You got the glass floor, like people laying on it, doing whatever. But
It's not like the honeycomb thing, right? Something else.
it's
No,
right next to it. It's right next door to it. That's the vessel. The vessel? Yeah, that's the vessel.
They
Which
closed
is
that because people kept committing suicide.
yeah, they had done this thing where
I
they
thought
were
they
like,
reopened it though.
they did, and
Suicide never stops.
They said they were only letting people into parties 2 or more, figuring you go with someone, you're not going to kill yourself. Well, a family went and like a 12-year-old boy killed himself in front of his parents and his siblings. So they've closed it again. And I'm kind of like, just put netting up every 2 floors. Like, stop worrying about the aesthetic of it. Like, you've wasted $500 million on this structure.
Or just keep the glass going at this point. Like if you're so worried about people committing suicide, like put things in place. Either that or why isn't there and there might be an attendant on every single floor? Just
I think there are, but like all you gotta do is just take a quick leap, and like that's what it is.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
There
I
was
just
an
say
accident with the 12-year-old.
I don't think so. I think whatever they know happened, they know
Shitty.
happened. Yeah, so that's horrible. But I have no good way of transitioning to this. But the rest of the day was quite eventful because I also went to the 9/11 museum for the first time. I just figured I wanted to see it before I left. And on the way,
All the tragedies.
leaving there. So I'm walking down by like Duane or Reed Street or whatever, and this light turns green. This guy starts driving his car, and it was the Tunnel to Towers day. So this big oaf of a man walks right in front of the car like ain't nothing but a thing. And so the guy stops short, honks the horn, as you would do with someone walking in front of your car. So the guy who walked in front of the car starts fucking screaming at him, hitting the car, hitting the hood, hitting the glass, all these things. And so the car speeds away, pulls up to the next, like right across the street, gets out of his car. And so I'm looking, and I'm like, and so the guy who walked in front of runs up to him. And they're both doing they're both two macho assholes. And I look real quick at the car, and the car has like a cling on the back window that says, get ready for me to deploy your airbags or some shit like that. So I'm like, okay, well, he's a douchebag clearly too. But this guy, and then out of nowhere, didn't even see him. The guy who walked in front of him's friend, big fucking burly dude, like 6'5" musclehead, comes up behind the driver and sucker punches his face. He goes headfirst into a wall. He bounces to the floor. And the two guys put on their Tunnel to Tower shirts so they're not seen, and just run north. Like one sucker punch and the little bitches ran away.
I feel like this deserved a video. Like,
yeah, I know.
come
Like,
on,
wait, Shane.
Yeah, I
What
didn't
the
see this on
hell?
Worldstar.
It happened in like 10 seconds of that, and I was also like,
Why didn't you record it like a good Samaritan?
Because
I know,
right?
right?
had it been like a police brutality video,
This
yes,
is how we
I'll
know
take
that you're
the
no longer a New
No,
Yorker.
this is how I'll take a chance on something that matters. But you got one little shithead who's got like I'm going to deploy your ad bags on his car, and then two big musclehead jock fuck faces that could have been cops themselves that were like doing the Tunnel to Tower things. All of them were huge. I'm not taking out a phone and getting my ass beat just so that I could go on Worldstar. I don't fucking think so.
Let me
You could
tell you
become a
something.
TikTok star.
Let me tell you something.
I
First off,
gave eyewitness to the police. The police showed up. I gave eyewitness. I told them where they went. I did my part. I wasn't
Guys,
taking
this
the
is
video.
the guy that ratted on you. Just so you know.
If they're watching, then so be it.
Bitches get
I'm
stitches.
leaving New York, so fuck it.
Well, so this is how we know that you're no longer a New Yorker, because any New Yorker would have went right up and would have been
Well,
like
wait. I'm about to redeem myself because later that evening,
I would not have done that, but I would have been in
I was
the
gonna
bush
say.
nearest to
I,
it.
I,
with the-
I definitely would have been the one that was
Reading
like
a book.
behind the pole, like doing
just like
my-
slowly.
I was
Either
literally
that-
right there. They
Let
can
me
see
tell you
me.
something. There's a moment where you can play it off. So like pretend that this is like my wallet. I'll be like holding it like this.
Well,
Like,
there's
holding
streaming
my
and
wallet.
everything.
I will
I'll
take
just
my
imagine
purse and my
You're getting
clutch.
recorded, but it doesn't look
Men
like
don't just like grab their wallets ever in life and just
He's
go
just gonna start combing his hair.
like, oh, I wonder if I have a honey spot in here. That's not what men do.
I
And I was
going
literally-
to be jacking off in the bush, and then that'll distract them.
But I was
you
in
could
the
have at
open,
least
and I
taken
already-
a selfie
I
with
had-
it in the background.
I had already
Yeah.
completed,
Either that, you
and
could've
I
been
need
turning
time to
around
reset.
like-
However, later that night, after I leave the edge, walking down 9th Avenue, and we walk out, and I hear, boom! Yes,
Oh,
Hannah.
you scared your
Did you hear
cat.
Hannah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She thought
So-
something bad happened.
So I'm okay, baby girl. I'm okay. And then I see this car, this like livery SUV with its entire front grille and bumper being dragged underneath, speeding away. So I did take out my phone and get it speeding away. Walk
That's a
down.
horrible intersection or whatever is going on. Is that the same?
One was down in Tribeca, the first one, the Sucker Punch. This one was up by Hudson Yards, and
I'm like,
I
get
think
away from that
20
neighborhood.
Yeah, those
30th
neighborhoods are
and
a
9th.
little bit more volatile because you have so many different people.
Gotta love the city.
Well, what happened was,
Yeah,
and so
nice.
we walked to the next block, and we see shit all over. We see a cart. We're like, oh my god, someone got hit. The whole street is covered in just car parts and whatnot. As what happened is that this one dude was coming through the crosstown. This guy, the SUV came up, and not T-boned. Had he T-boned, the driver would be dead. Just got the back of the car. He, in a split second, you see his tread marks, right? It's not just a poop thing. His skid marks.
Skid marks
And
is the one.
Yeah.
and it went right up to the curb where like they were saying there were just a kid and like 5 people there, and he was able to move the car away and stop. And thank God, or else he would have ran over a whole bunch of people. But he was
And it wouldn't even
taken
have
up.
been his fault. Damn.
No, it wouldn't have. And the guy just sped off, and the cops didn't show up for 15 minutes at least. I was already gone by the time they showed up. I gave the driver, I texted him the images I took of the car. Unfortunately, it wasn't clear enough to get the license.
He told on you too in this one.
Yeah.
No, well, that
Damn.
dude, it's one thing when muscleheads fight for no fucking reason. It's another thing when someone does a hit and run. So that kind of put a little bit of a damper on the day. But all in all, I had a really good weekend. But the best thing that happened to me this weekend was, this
I
week
don't know if you want to know.
Gotta hear
on
it.
Friday,
Oh.
Alessia Cara's new album came out, and there's this song.
Just for you.
No. There's this song called "Best Days" that are basically like, "Are my best days behind me? Is the rest of my life just gonna be like this?" And that's like, it like hit me in the
She
soul.
wrote it.
And
Like a
so
baby
she wrote it for me.
stage that.
So
in
I
his soul as a 13-year-old girl.
yes, and so I tweeted at her that I love the song and it was like perfect for my time in my life. And not like 5 minutes later, she liked it, so she knows I exist.
Oh,
She knows I
You're
exist.
like-
So
you're like halfway there.
That
You're
is
like
I am
75.
halfway there. Yes, I'm so close
Dun, dun,
to
dun.
the love of my life. Why is this so?
Does that
blurry?
mean like she can look you up and find these YouTube videos? Because I think you just messed up
Tag
your
her.
chances.
You should
yeah.
tag her every week.
Two steps forward, one giant.
I
step
don't
back.
talk to her. I don't talk about her anywhere as
One
near as much as
restraining
say
order back.
someone talks about Beyonce.
All right. Hold on.
Aw,
So
man,
why
every
don't we make
episode.
sure in this segment we have a little portion that we can put on the Instagram from Shane to Alessia. So let's go. What would you like to say to her?
Yes.
Nope, I'm not creepy.
Keep it PG because she's
Um,
No.
She's like
You-
12?
Other people have to tell
Yeah.
you whether or not you're
I
creepy.
got
You
my
can't just say that
pee
you're not creepy.
like situation
That's
here,
fair.
so
Shane,
That's fair.
you're definitely creepy. So sorry, it's too late. It
See?
can't get any worse.
Just a tit.
you know, guilt works.
We can just
guilt
put a
works.
clip of what I said in the past when we talk about our top 10 lists or whatever. I love her
Top
music.
10,
I love her
number
political.
one.
I love her political stances. I love how she talks about mental health. I love everything about her that I know about her is absolutely wonderful, and she's physically the most stunning woman who ever lived. That's it. That's all. And her music touches my heart. That's it. That's it.
Where does it touch you in your heart?
Right here
What
in
kind
the
of touch?
in the
In the
heart.
penis of his heart.
In the heart. In the heart, the whole thing, and the soul.
What's this?
In the
The beating
scrot
heart.
of the heart.
This is gestures that everybody else is making. Everyone else is
The
being.
crumb.
This,
I was doing Telltale Heart. I wasn't thinking
It's
about
the crumb.
this actually would be the perfect segue to the R. Kelly, but
We're
we're still talking about everybody else's weeks. So
15 minutes later.
You talked about Ashley.
Yeah, he got the
Yeah.
he got to do his
Description.
45
well, you were calling me creepy, and because she's younger or whatever, but you know, whatever.
I don't know.
No, that's not why I call you creepy Shane. There's
He's creeping
so
out.
many other reasons.
Okay, I'm listening. Do tell, such as.
No. That's a whole nother podcast.
Not too creepy to not be in the wedding.
And look, I regret it every day.
Oh, do you really?
No.
Oh.
Shut it down.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you when you sex wheels up. I cry like a.
Sure you will.